Hello there everybody, a very good morning to you all and welcome back to howtotrade.com and welcome back to another live stream here in our trading room today. Yes, I have got a jumper on because it's absolutely freezing. Anyone from the UK on these streams, let me know because just feel like the temperatures just dropped a little bit. I had to put a jumper on there for the streams, and that might probably be what I wear for the remainder of the streams. So yeah, good to see everyone anyway. I hope everyone is doing well and had a good trading day yesterday. Obviously, we've only really just started the week, and I'm expecting there to be a lot more market moves coming out over the next 48 hours or so. But really, we are sort of gearing up for Friday, which is obviously the NFP day. There are things news, bits of news dotted around, and if you missed the stream yesterday, then we went through the top events and opportunities, and for today's stream we're going to be doing a strategy stream. I like to do the trend rider stream because I like the trend rider strategy, although it did not do me any favors last week. It didn't really do that well for me, to be honest, but it's fine. Hopefully we can get some good trend rider moves this week as well. That'd be, fingers crossed, we could do that. We was on a decent run. If you are about on YouTube, or you are about on YouTube or Facebook or LinkedIn or X, feel free to pop up and say hello. It'll be good to hear from you. And hello to you all in the trading room as well. I can see your messages. Martin174, very good morning to you. Hello to you, Dibble. Don't make me jealous. Dibble says it's lovely in Switzerland. I was in Switzerland in... when did I go? I went to Geneva in May, I think it was. Absolutely beautiful place. What a place that was. Treehawk, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. And Jeffy, a very good morning to you as well, and thank you very much for the message this morning. Have we got anyone else? We've got Jeffy. I can see that Jeffy just sent me a message. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, I think that's about it. So if you are around and you have any questions, then feel free to pop up. Oh, we've got one just come through on YouTube. Michael, good morning from Germany. Hello to you. What's the weather like in Germany, Michael? Is it cold like it is here in the UK? Or is it not too bad? Because I've had to put a jumper on for my stream. I never normally wear a jumper on the streams. I normally just wear a shirt, but it was too cold in my office to do that to this morning. So, without further ado, let me just quickly, and this is going to be one of the talking points in my article. I'm doing an article today I'm actually doing it on the Dow Jones. But the reason I want to quickly show you this is I don't know if you heard Jerome Powell speaking yesterday. Hello to Dillaby as well. Good to see you. I'm not sure if you heard Jerome Powell speaking yesterday, but essentially he said that we should expect, or he expects 2 more rate cuts this year, which sounds great, right? But he says that those rate cuts will only total 50 basis points if the economy continues to evolve or perform as expected. So should the economy continue to perform as expected, we should expect 2 lots of 25 basis point rate cuts. The markets, however, don't really expect, still don't price that in. The markets still price in sort of a 70% chance of at least 75 basis points worth of cuts. So there's a little bit of a disconnect there, which is making me think that maybe we're going to see, obviously one of them is going to be right. There's going to be 2 situations here. We're going to get a bit of a slowdown in the economy, in the jobs data. That's why this Friday is so important. If we do get that, then we could see a larger rate cut, which would be because the Federal Reserve are a bit worried about the economy, and therefore that wouldn't really be positive for risk for the stock market. Or the economy continues to be robust, the jobs market remains robust, the Fed only cut 25, the markets have got this wrong, and therefore we see a bit of a dollar bounce. Those are the 2 situations that I'm really looking for over the next coming months. I just wanted to quickly share that with you. Hello to you, Scotty, good morning to you. Dillaby, hello to you. Michael, cold but less rain in the UK. Well, yeah, that's obvious, isn't it? That's always the way. Okay, good stuff. Right, so if we head over to the trading education, which is within our trading room. Most of you who come onto these streams all the time will know that we we do normally do a stream every single week on the trend rider, and we try and sort of live trade it as it happens, if there is opportunity there, or we plan the trade live at least. And you'll notice that if you click on the trend rider strategy, there's 5 strategies that you can dive into. But the trend riders, I always say this shouldn't really have favourites, I know, but the trend rider is probably the one that suits me best. So I do like to do a stream on it. And you can see that there's a module 4 here as a video, and there's also learning resources. If anyone's not come across this strategy before and you're on the stream and you're like, what is this, and you want me to explain it, then I can quickly go through the rules and the guidelines. A lot of the people who I've said good morning to, you're on my streams every week, you've got access to this. I imagine that you probably already know about the trend rider, or you're actively looking for trend rider opportunities, and so I don't need to go through the rules, etc. again, because you probably heard it probably 10 times now. But if you are, on the stream and you're not familiar with this, then I do recommend coming to check out the trading room. It's completely free, and you've got the all the learning resources and the videos there for you that you can actually learn the strategy itself. So without further ado, let me just quickly, I've got the EMAs turned on. We'll start at the top, and we'll start on our beloved pound versus the US dollar. Ignore the other bits of drawings that I've got. I have actually got some ideas about where I think the pound versus US dollar could go. I've actually got 2 buy limits set, 32745 and also down at 31827. I think they're 1 hour order blocks, and a 1 hour FVG down there, which sort of sits within this Fibonacci retracement from that swing move. So that's sort of what I'm looking at the moment. So you'll probably notice that, and this is where you have to be careful with the trend rider, is we had that bullish crossover here. Okay, if it ever lets me draw, we had that bullish crossover here, and you can see that from that bullish crossover we had multiple retests of that EMA 12. And within those retests, there were a couple, I think, that were 30 pips. I think that was the one. That was really the signal, should we say, the first signal that we need to go long on the pound versus the US dollar on the 4 hour time frame. It was a 64 pip stop loss, and it reached as high as 2.5 to 1. And if we look at the ADX indicator, which is, I used the one on MetaTrader, which is basically this one down here. Load up that, when we had that crossover there, when we had that test, we should have exited the trade about here, so probably about a 1 to 1 or 1.5 to 1 trading opportunity there. And what you may notice now is that ADX is just the moving averages are just starting to close up on each other, which isn't an indication, or isn't a signal to sell. However, it's a hint that we're just getting the early signs of a reversal. We have a 4 hour close below the EMA 36, which is the first time we've seen that really since down here, down in at the beginning of September. And so we need to be patient here and wait to see if we do get a bearish cross. We need to then wait for that potential to go short. So that's not there at the moment. So there's no opportunity yet on cable. On euro dollar, we've just had our first bearish crossover here. Okay, but obviously the gap between those EMAs is not quite 30 pips yet. So we just need to let this play out, guys. We just need to turn off the charts for a few days, a week or something, maybe a few days, and just wait for hopefully a bearish trend to build. And when that bearish trend is building, those moving averages will be moving further away from each other. And that's a good sign, because hopefully we can get in at some sort of test of an EMA 12, and then we can play that next leg down. So again, that's one that we're initially seeing. But also what you'll notice is, in general, really since this crossover, we have been in a market which is really consolidating, right? Remember, the trend rider is a strategy which works when the markets are trending. Well, euro dollar since August hasn't really been trending at all. It's just been ping-ponging between here, and there's been, it's just been, that's nothing. If you mark the market structure there, that's what I like to call an absolute mess of PA, price action. And so what you'll probably get in that situation is lots of crossovers, but they'll just keep crossing, and you'll just get that. And the price action will be choppy. So it's quite choppy here on euro dollar, but we have to, be prepared for a new trend to build. Maybe that's a bearish one. Maybe it's a bullish one. At the moment, we do not know. Okay. Very, very similar with dollar yen. Hello to you guys in the on YouTube. Sorry, I didn't see those messages. Daniel, hello to you. I'm very well. I hope you are as well. And T-Series app, George from Nigeria. Hello to you, George from Nigeria. I hope you're doing well this morning, and thank you very much for the message. If there are any questions, anyone wants me to go through trading related. Here we go. Darko, hello. I'm here for the first time. Very warm welcome to you, Darko. What's the number one strategy to make money for your family? Number one strategy to make money, I would actually say that, and this is the question that I get asked a lot, Darko, there's no such thing as a number one strategy. People get caught up in trying to find the holy grail strategy. It's much more important to focus on how you apply the strategy rather than what the strategy is. So my answer to that is what I say to people is, what do you enjoy? What part of technical analysis do you enjoy? Is it Fibonacci's? Is it smart money concepts? Is it indicators, moving averages, chart patterns? There's successful traders in each of those categories. It's not that trading chart patterns is less profitable than trading Fibonacci. It depends on the person, right? So I would always say to people, it's important to find a set of confluences, a set of concepts that you enjoy studying. That might be Fibonacci with moving average, for example. Journal it, test it, go onto a trading journal, do 3 months of forward testing, and if it's working for you, then great. If it's not working for you, then you refine and then go again. Scotty, yeah, we can have a look at oil, no problem. We will look at Japanese yen pairs as well. Daniel and Frederick, Euro, Australian dollar on the 2 hour be a good trend line. So just to let you know, guys, this strategy from Mario Singh, it was built for US major FX pairs. So it's not that the concepts won't work on the other markets, but it's a strategy designed for the US majors. So you need to focus on the US majors as the number one priority. If you want to try and trade the trend rider on gold, on the stock market, on other minor FX pairs, just know that you're sort of treading in uncharted water. It might be a profitable thing. As I say, always test it first. If you want to try it on just Japanese yen pairs, test it. Refine it. Add some things to it. Take some things away, whatever you want to do. So yeah. Abdi Wahab, hello to you. Good to see you. Thank you very much for the message. I hope you're doing well. So there's not really anything there on dollar yen either. You can see those moving. Those EMAs are literally right on top of each other at the moment. USD CAD is again, we've got our first our bullish cross. I took a loss last week. Why did I take a loss? Well, we had a bearish cross over here, and we had a test of this EMA 12. We had a 45 pip gap. So I followed the rules. It's just what I did. And I looked for that, and the trade never really got off the ground. And guys, as I say, there's no such thing as a 100% win rate in any strategy. You can see that there was nothing. People were asking me questions, or why did it do that? Why did it do that? It should have gone. The markets will do what they want it to do. We're just trying to give ourselves the best probability. There was nothing wrong with the execution of this trade at all. When I lost it, I didn't even flinch. I just noted it down in my journal. Did I follow the rules? Yes. How did I feel after it? Well, I followed, I was always going to place that trade. And you can see that's why we had our stop loss there, because we've now continued higher. And USD CAD's actually at our first bullish crossover. And potentially now what we're looking for is that bullish trend to build. And once it does build, we're looking for a test of that EMA again, and then potentially looking to go higher. So again, another market which is, just having a change of guard, should we say. USD Swiss franc, again, look, there's just nothing there that we're going to look to try and trade. That's just a mess from a trend rider's point of view. The Aussie dollar, US dollar is probably your best one, really, to be fair. We got quite some people managed to stay in this trade. I was one of the unlucky ones who got caught out by spread, I think it was, when I tried entering here. And I got stopped out, but the trade went on to make some profit. We've had multiple retests ever since, there, and there, and you can see that we've got another one hovering here at the moment. But we have had a close below. Let me just check the ADX. It's down at 31 at the moment. So that's not, what's the gap? The gap between these EMAs is 32 pips, which would make this a valid buy. It does make that a valid buy, That's interesting. So that might be something people wish to have a look at when it comes to what's the best trend rider opportunity at the moment. Well, Aussie US dollar looks to me like potentially the best one. You can see that we have breached the EMA 12. That doesn't necessarily mean the trade's going to lose, but we can see that EMA 12 starting to flatten out. Just be careful, because we've come quite far in this trend already, that we don't start to see a period of consolidation where those moving averages start to join, and then the trade becomes a little bit messy. But it's not going to be one that I execute. It's just my personal preference. I'm not quite happy with the fact that we've already come so far. And if you look at the dollar index, you can see that it is starting to tick up higher as well. So I'm not a massive fan of that trade, to be honest with you, but it is valid if you do wish to execute. Daniel, have a look at pound versus Swiss franc. Number one strategy in risk management. I just want to learn Forex, so please, where begin and which strategy will you advise me? Well, I would recommend that you come and check out our trading room, www.howtotrade.com. Within the trading room, you get access to daily market. It's all free. You get access to daily market analysis, which we post every single day. You get access to our live stream schedule, so when we're going to be live. You also get access to our trading education, which has 5 strategies which are pre-built, and has 7 different courses of how to trade Forex and other markets as well, starting from beginner all the way up to advanced. So you can come and check that out for free. Just come over to howtotrade.com, and you can also message myself or Shane once you're in there, throughout the day if you have any questions. Dillaby said you're in USD CAD, Dillaby. So USD CAD, I'm actually looking for, if you look at this, here's my daily fib from this high to this low. And at that daily fib, you see at that 61.8 here, we've got a supply zone or a bearish order block sitting there at 1.35538. So I'm potentially thinking what we might see on USD CAD is this. And that's really why I've got an alert set, because I've actually got a sell limit set at this supply zone. So yeah, I'm looking for that. So I'm looking for a little bit more upside here on USD CAD. Rivoli, the number one strategy for risk management. I've got my own views on risk management. What I do is when I reach 1-to-1, I close half of the position and then look for a more sensible stop loss if appropriate. At 2 to 1, close a bit more, but mainly I move my stop loss to entry, so I am risk free. Rest of the trade then becomes a straight TP or wherever my new SL or outer entry. That's the way that I manage trades whilst they're open. Feel free to do that as well if you wish. I'm giving you my strategy for risk management there for free. Daniel, the jolts on ISM today might get some volatility. Yeah, we should get some initial volatility off the back of those jolts job datas. There is a lot of eyes on the jobs on the labour market at the moment as a whole, and therefore we should expect some volatility around them as well. But it will, generally speaking, be a warm up to the to Friday's NFP, of course. What was the some of the markets people wanted me to look at? I forgot. Oh, the pound versus the Swiss franc. So that was all the dollar majors for the 4-hour time frame. So they look a little bit of a mess at the moment. So there's not really anything that clear. The Aussie dollar, US dollar is probably your best bet if you're looking to get into a 4-hour US trend rider trade. At the moment, I'm not going to be executing that one myself, but it doesn't mean it's not by the rules. It is a valid trade. And you're probably getting a little bit of a better entry as well because it was just below that EMA 12. I can't see at the moment a clear supply zone on the pound versus the Swiss franc, sort of trading in no man's land at the moment. And we've actually got equal highs here as well. See that? Equal highs. That's liquidity. I'd actually expect that maybe what we might see is a run of those equal highs, maybe a move up to 1.14 on the pound versus the Swiss franc at the moment. So, especially because if you look, where was my fib? I had a fib drawn here. And you've actually got a bullish fib forming as well. Look at that reaction from the 38.2 as well. So yeah, I'm not quite sure on more downside for the pound versus Swiss franc at the moment. Dillaby, when I say close half the position, I literally mean when you go over to MT4, let's just say for example, let's just go on here, right? And I went, I had a buy on this trade. I had a 1-lot buy, okay? And you know when the trade comes up at the bottom here, if you right click and you go modify or delete,